Hi, Ronaldo. Let's take a look at this set of essays you have sent to us. We have a couple of things from you. We have an essay, and then, of course, we have a letter. So let's see what you did with this. Okay. The first one is about switching jobs, so here's what you said. Choosing a career is a difficult decision for most adults, one that requires lots of consideration. Moreover, a theme of heated debate is whether one should stay at the same job for their entire career or not. Although I agree changing jobs should be preferable, there are also some perks and benefits to keeping up with the same workplace. I don't know if keeping up is the right expression here. Maybe remaining at the same workplace would have made more sense. Okay, let's move on. Many companies have a career path for their employees, and the longer you stay in it, the greater the number of benefits will be. Nice grammatical structure there. Good job. It is also true that holding a position brings stability, which means less stress and allows one to have more time to spend with his or her family or pursue other hobbies. However, and I change this to however because you're not supposed to start sentences with but. However, this model of work is less and less frequent in such a dynamic economy like the one we have nowadays. Okay. Companies are always looking for better employees, and the risk of losing a job to a more capable, I don't know what word this is supposed to be, more capable work is very high. Alright, I'm really confused here about your paragraphing because you didn't leave a space between any of your paragraphs, so I don't know where one ends and where one begins. So I can get that this is the end of one paragraph, and then is this the end of the other paragraph? My suggestion to you is to basically leave one line between each of your paragraphs. This way it's absolutely clear there's no confusion about where one paragraph begins and another ends. Okay. In order to adapt to today's world and be able to make a decent living, it is more preferable to keep mastering new skills, and the best way to do that is in different work environments. Not only will the workers be more prepared due to more exposure to other experiences, but he or she will also have the advantage of adaptability in changing positions. Can you explain that? Can you give me a little background? Give me a little extension and give me an example of what you mean? Furthermore, switching jobs brings more challenges to one life, keeping work more exciting. Again, back it up. It's an interesting statement, but you have to explain it with some sort of example, some sort of illustration, some sort of support, okay? An explanation, an example, something. To conclude, though I agree that an employee that changes jobs is more suitable in the current economy, moving up the ladder in one single company can bring more stability and a less stressful life. Okay, so according to this, you are in favor of this first paragraph. If that's the case, and that's the paragraph that you essentially support, you needed to change the order of your paragraphs, because we always talk about the side that we don't support first, and then we talk about the side that we do support. That's the proper order of paragraphs, and so you need to switch it, okay? So there were a few little problems here. Obviously, coherence and cohesion because of this paragraphing problem. And then another problem is that your paragraphing wasn't clear, so that's another thing that would affect your coherence and cohesion score. And then you didn't support your ideas enough. Every time you present some sort of a belief, some sort of an idea, you need to have some sort of explanation, some sort of illustration, some sort of example of what it is you're talking about. All right? The good news is that your grammar is wonderful. You've got a lot of high-level examples of grammar here. You use them all very accurately, so that's exciting to me personally. Okay, so that was all really well controlled. Let's just work on those other areas together so that you can get the score you really deserve, okay? Now let's take a look at this English and Home Stay letter. Dear host family, my name is João. I am a 22-year-old, with no S because it's an adjective, Brazilian student, and I will be staying with you for the next summer. This will be my very first time abroad, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you and spending time there. Since this is going to be my first time in the UK, I'd like to ask you some questions. First, which kind of clothes should I bring with me? I know it's summer there, but I've heard that London has a very rainy weather, so I'm not sure about what to wear. Also, which customs and habits are typical of people from London? I want to fit in as soon as possible, so I'd love to hear your answers. I will arrive on the 18th of June on a Saturday. My flight from Sao Paulo will depart on the early morning here, and I will get there around 8 p.m. Thank you for receiving me, and I'm looking forward for this experience. Best regards. Okay. So here's the thing. Here you had some problems. You had some problems in terms of your grammar. And as far as I'm concerned, you had some problems in terms of your register. What do I mean by your register? I mean that it's just not formal enough. You've never met this family. You've never met them. You don't know them. And so I am always of the belief that this should be a formal letter. What that means is that you need to change around some of your vocabulary and make it sound more formal. You never refer to them by name, so the impression you give is that you don't know their name. If that's the case, you should have ended your letter yours faithfully. That would have been more appropriate. Otherwise, you could have just called them, you know, Dear Mr. and Mrs. Johnson or whatever. All right, so I want to go through the letter again and fix some of these things that just were grammatically incorrect or just weren't formal enough. All right, so we'll go through the letter one more time. So, my name is João. I am a 20-year-old Brazilian student, and I will be staying with you this summer. This will be my very first time abroad, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you and spending time there. Okay, this is fine. Since this is going to be my first time in the UK, I would like to ask you some questions. Remember, in formal language, we don't use contractions, so write all the words out. Another thing we do in formal writing is we try to avoid direct questions, okay? So what you need to do instead is write them in an indirect manner. So rather than saying, which kinds of clothes should I bring with me, you should say something like, firstly, I would like to inquire about the kinds of clothes I should bring. So there's no question mark there. The question is implied, it is implicit, but that's a more appropriate way to write it. I know it is summer there, but I have heard that London has very rainy weather without that A, so I am not so sure about what to wear. Again, this is it's not really appropriate to write a direct question here, so also I would appreciate some information about the typical customs and habits of people from London. I would like to fit in as soon as possible, so I am looking forward to hearing your answers. I will arrive on the 18th of June on a Saturday. My flight from Sao Paulo will depart. This is fine, and this is fine. Looking forward to this experience. Okay, and then again, I already told you, should probably be yours faithfully, assuming that you don't know their name. Other than that, it's fine. Okay, I definitely feel that among the two, your essay was stronger, but you really do have to get a handle on how to write these formal letters, so it's something I want you to work on a little bit, okay? All right, so that's pretty much it for this correction. I'll be waiting to see what you write in your next set, so good luck with it.